Hi, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Gemini, this is your general reading, and I've set the time frame to mid-May until mid-June, round about that. I'm sorry that it took a little bit to get to your reading because we had, well, everybody had Ascension Day, Kristi Himmelfärd in Swedish. And it's interesting that it's called Ascension Day because I believe that we have Ascension Day every day, but it's a holiday in Sweden, so nobody works, like we shut everything down. And yeah, you were caught up in that, and then so it was like a long weekend. So but now I'm back. So let's see what's going on for you, Gemini. It's a little bit of a journey, this, so come with me on this journey. I have a full view, a full picture more towards the end of what really is going on there for you, rather than a quick fix early on messages. Gemini, anything and everything can show up here today. The Freedom card. Do we want one? No, we don't want one more. The Freedom card. So many birds, so many messages, so much freedom. So the overall energy that's going on for you right now is a lot of freedom. If you don't feel this freedom definitely is about to come in. If you don't feel like you're getting a lot of messages right now, it could be that the messages are just starting to come in, or it just means that you need to sharpen your tools a little bit. You need to just pay a little bit more attention. Maybe not be so much out and about all the time, but to just quiet your mind and be still for a bit so that there actually is time for you to receive these messages. I see the moon there looking at you as well. So we're right in between. No, we're not. We're a little bit further along, but like we go from supermoon to supermoon. So we're still in this very intense energy leading up to, I believe, don't take it to the bank, but like I believe it's on around at least the 26th of May that we're going to have our second supermoon that is sort of almost bringing a lot of things to a close, which then leads to a lot of openings as well. So like towards the end of May, towards the beginning of June, you can probably see a big shift happening, because it's like, I just feel like between the 26th of April until the 26th of May, or at least until now, it has been a lot of uncovering, a lot of stuff coming up to the surface, a lot of things that we are inspired. It doesn't maybe sometimes feel like inspiration, but that we're inspired to look at. And that's going to come to a close after the 26th of, or after this supermoon, rather. Supermoon to supermoon, Superman. So you might also feel like this release, like this freedom released, is all these messages are just like pouring in after this supermoon. Okay, but we're just immediately just want to clarify this. Why is this? And it's also I never talk about this because it never draws my attention. Animal bond. It says animal bond on the bottom, so it means that you could have a strong bond to real life animals at this point, or your spirit animals are trying to get your attention. Why is this freedom card here for Gemini, please? Why is the freedom card here? Ooh, it's talking. Let's see what is here. For sure, you're turning the page. You're coming into something new. We're releasing the old. New beginnings. 13. Transformation. Which one do we want first? Okay, this. So the clarification for the freedom card, for releasing yourself, it's so fitting. I mean, you're coming into peace, basically. It says on the bottom, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And I mean, if this is not freedom, I don't know what is. If this is not peace, if this is not, I wanted to. There you go. It's so beautiful. And I see all those stars in the back as well, which talks about wish fulfillment. You're stepping into this peaceful place in your life. 13, numerology wise, there is all about death leading to life, transformation, the divine feminine coming into a new place where it feels easier, more flow. If we add those up, we have a number 4, which is, wow, the rain is really coming down hard here now. Started out so beautiful and sunny, and now it's just, I think you hear it. Yeah, number 4, there is a heart matter, laying a new foundation for yourself. So it's a new beginning for celebration, a new beginning for passion and creativity. It's just really beautiful. But there is a transformation taking place, and some of you guys might not fully be in the celebration part of it just yet, Gemini. You might still be sort of in the transformation period, in the transformation space. But you will get there. Release, there's something about releasing the past and moving into this new gorgeous future. Follow your passion. You're ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. I love this. So here's the page, and the page for me is like, the page actually, and I rarely talk about the page bringing news, but the page actually really brings news. I talk about page as turning the page, like turning the page from one energy to another, from one part of your life into another. But the page is also, it's new energy, it's turning the page, but it's also messages. So like, I've got so much about that with all these birds, that there are messages coming in. You might be seeing a lot of birds, real birds around you. You can have birds obviously like in the picture, in television, you know, they can show up in various ways, but that the birds are sort of in your face, showing you that there are messages that wants to be delivered to you at this time. But basically overall, this is saying, okay, we're turning the page here. New energy is coming in, messages are coming in, and follow release the past, follow your passion. What does that mean? Follow where you feel the most excited. And I just want to say, it's easy to follow where you're the most excited. It's easy to follow your passion, your bliss. Follow your bliss. Yeah, we hear that all the time, right? But it's not so easy to follow your bliss if you're struggling to get out of bed. So it so depends on where you're at on this emotional, like if you're in bliss, you don't even need to hear follow your bliss, because then you just are. You just be right there. When you need it the most is to hear, okay, follow your anger. I'm not joking right now. Follow your anger. Follow your, like wherever it feels a little bit easier than it was right before. So if this is a transfer, the reason I'm talking about it is because death leading to life, there's a lot of freedom that you're stepping into, and the reason a person steps into a lot of freedom is usually because they felt a lot of bondage, felt boxed in, felt like they couldn't, whether this is a relationship in your life where you didn't feel like you could be completely yourself, whether it's a work environment where you don't feel like you just, you know, come to your right, you come to your, this is who I am, and it's like you can never show that, or whether it's like you just feeling on your own, like you just can't put out there exactly who you are, so you feel a bit trapped, or it could just be, you know, the pandemic has made you feel trapped, like you can't go places like you want to go, or money makes you feel trapped. Whatever this is, when we're having this much freedom on the table, there's usually the opposite that has happened to bring this about. You've asked for this freedom because you felt trapped, and that's the reason why I say it's easy to follow your bliss, it's easy to follow your passion, it's easy to follow the love. But if you're having a hard time getting out of bed, if you're coming from depression or anger or even frustration, I'd say bliss or follow your passion is not your next step. That's not where that's probably why a lot of people feel so disappointed. Why can't you follow this? Why can't you follow your excitement? Why can't you follow your bliss? Because your next level might be, like if you're depressed, your next level is anger. That's why I say follow your anger. But to make it really clear, you can just sort of follow where it feels a little bit less heavy than before, or a little bit more of a release or a relief than before. And if that takes you into anger, be angry for a moment and then release the past, and then we're moving on up and moving on up and moving on up. And soon enough, and Gemini, you're going to be, if not already, you're going to be in this beautiful follow your passion. You're ready for any challenge. So we're turning the page. There's new messages, new energy coming in there, leading to new beginnings. And 20 for me, like numerology wise, is the upgrade. We talk about ascension day, but like, I mean, it's an ascension year, and I feel like it has been an ascension year since basically, I usually say 2011, but for some reason, right, like today and for you guys, I want to say 2009. And I mean, obviously, depending on your age, obviously, depending on where you're at on your individual journey, that's going to be different for everybody. But we've had a major shift happening on planet Earth, in my opinion, what I sense in the energy, from at least around 2011. And so this upgrade, this ascension process, like this 20 there, which talks about the 2.0 version of you, the upgraded version of you, is here. It's time. So everything you built, everything you worked for and towards coming into this freedom, the transformation, the death leading to life, more and more follow that divine feminine, follow the flow, has led you up here to this new beginning. And it's this on the bar, starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So there is a little bit of the past there talking about, but I mean, again, we can't have this much freedom and this many messages coming in if you haven't asked and asked and asked, or if you haven't like wanted a change. Okay? Beautiful. Beautiful start there. Big release of the past, making a transformation and coming into a new beginning. What else do we have here for, oh my God, like the cards are just literally, okay, so I'm just gonna go through them quite swiftly. And 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 cards, and 5 in itself is it's overcoming. It's like overcoming obstacles, overcoming a challenge, overcoming your past, and now moving into a new direction and having a great opportunity for change here. Take your time to make this decision is the first card that comes out. Take your time to make this decision. And overall, if there really is a decision, maybe there's just a few of you out there that actually are looking at a actual decision to make. This is coming to you to say, take your time. There's no rush here. Even if you take like 1 or 2 days to just sort of center yourself and then make a decision, do that. Overall, for the general, I feel like this take your time to make a decision is more to center, just overall center yourself. This is the Michael deck. Archangel Michael. Spend more time outdoors. Spend more time outdoors. So your body is asking for a little bit more outdoor time. I just feel like taking walks in nature. So maybe some of you guys are really like, doesn't fit Gemini though. If we generalize Gemini is not the typical sign to be sitting behind a desk like eight hours a day. The typical Gemini is out and about and actually are doing things. But I feel like this spend more time outdoors. If you feel like, I don't know, I almost hear somebody say, really? Like I'm out all day, that's all I do. Or like I go from place to place, like we're outdoors all the time. There's something here about like spend more time outdoors. It's like spend more quiet time outdoors. Connect with nature. Take a walk in nature. Be with nature rather than constantly doing something. To just quiet your mind and be a little bit still in nature, with nature. This is your life purpose. Wow. This is your life's purpose. Okay, and I'm inspired to read out the book, so I will. This is your life's purpose. And then I get the... I see the world there. So definitely a cycle is ending. Definitely coming I just want to talk about that world there. I see this world. She's holding the world in her arms. So there's this cycle ending now. When we see that this transformation is really taking place. This old part of your life is ending. I see her holding on to it so dearly, though. It's almost like she doesn't want to let go. And for some reason, I'm saying she. This is Archangel Michael deck, and I know that. But I want to say she. She doesn't want to let go. She holds very dear to it. So there's something that maybe had a really huge impact on your life, that it serves you so much to just let it go, to just step into the new. And because this thing has really ended, it really has come, full circle. You've exchanged the information needed between you and another person, between you and a work situation. What this is, what that you're holding on to a little bit, it just take your time making decision. There's something you were holding on to a little bit. It serves you so much to let it go. It serves you so much, but take your time. If you're rushing a person, I mean, if you ever saw those shows, and I'm not comparing you to this because that's not what I'm picking up. I'm just trying to give you an analogy here. If you ever saw those shows where there's a hoarder, they hoard all these stuff, all these boxes, all these things that they bought that has no sentimental value even. They're still in their tags. They're still, not even open from their wrapping paper, and you try to force that change out of a person's hands. Like, okay, you need to throw that out. You need to get rid of this, and we need to donate this. And, and they always try to make this person feel better. You don't have to throw it away. You can donate it. And they're like, I don't care if it's being donated or not. I don't want to let it go. So there's something about if you're being pushed to release this, you're gonna hold on to it even harder. So this is something that you need to take your time with, and I feel like you already are taking your time with it to let it go. If this is an old relationship, maybe you were together with somebody for such a long time, and you just know in your heart of hearts that this has run its course. You're not supposed to be here anymore. And for the life of you, even how much you try to fix it, and even telling yourself, no, it's not done. It is not done. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to just do my very best. Or if this is a person that has left you, maybe I feel like maybe feeling a little bit blindsided. You're never blindsided. That's my opinion, but nobody's ever blindsided, because that's the messages that's being given to you all the time. You might not want to listen, but you're not blindsided. But there might have been a person that has decided, like, we're going to go our separate ways. And maybe you were together with them for like 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And it's like, it's eating you up to just let go of the energy. Or if this is whatever this is. Something involving children, something about your work environment. I mean, it's a general read for the collective Gemini. So it's like, take whatever resonates. There is something that you need to take your time on to release, but once you release it, man, the freedom that you will feel, the new beginning that will start to have, this new life that you will have, you won't. If this is releasing a relationship, it doesn't mean that you're going to be single for the rest of your life, or if this is like you feeling like you might make the wrong choice. What you're supposed to attract and what you're supposed to have in your life, if it's the wrong choice, they'll come back. I'm not saying it's the wrong choice. I'm just saying, out of fear, you might not release it because you think it might be the wrong choice, and releasing them might be that you're not then later going to get them back, and maybe you're then discovering that you made the wrong choice. No, that's not how the universe works. If you're a perfect match, however it looks, and I take that from my own experience, however bad a situation looks and you end it, there's always reckoning. There's always a chance to come back to each other. I was supposed to read out the book. This is your life purpose. This is your... It's interesting that this is your life purpose comes on the same card where you're ending a cycle and coming into the new, releasing something. So take that however that resonates for you. This is your life purpose. Archangel Michael has heard your prayers, and he's guiding you in the direction in which you were born to go. You already have ideas about a career that would bring you joy, excitement, opportunities to help, and financial security. And these thoughts are indicators of your divine purpose. You're meant to be engaged in work that brings you and others happiness. This card is a validation that the career you're dreaming about is your life's purpose. As such, the universe will support and open doors for you. Move forward confidently. Possible specific meanings. Your current situation offers clues about the next step to take on your path. Follow your true feelings. Angels are watching over your business and finances. Wow. And then we have believe and trust. Don't you just hate that? I mean, Gemini, believe and trust, really? It's like, just have faith. Oh, okay, I will. You know, believe and trust. I know it's a tough one. Believe and trust is a tough one. But if you believe and if you trust, you really are moving in the right direction. Do you see how much beauty there is here? It's like at the magical kingdom. It's like, I just see a lot of magic coming your way here. If you believe and trust, and then make a commitment. So there's also something in it's something to be said about, like, if you're a little bit, you're swaying to the left and you're swaying to the right, and it's like being very indecisive. If you're in this indecisive energy, you're going to start to attract more things that you can feel indecisive about. Not because the world is full of indecisive things. It's for you to acknowledge that you have an indecisive energy active, and it's for you to, it doesn't feel like it's helpful, but it's for you to really decide to make a commitment to, like, no, I'm feeling bogged down. I'm feeling like overwhelmed of all these decisions, like, and I don't know which one to make. Make one. Like, line them up on a piece of paper, whatever this is for you. And if this is like, should I stay or should I go? To just, that's a little bit different. Should I stay or should I go? But if there's like all these choices and you feel a little bit overwhelmed, you can actually just put them down on a piece of paper and then go through them one by one and just circle the ones that really stands out to you. And at the end of the day, you're going to have a clear picture. And then just, I know it's so tough, but then just trust that the rest of them that you haven't circled, strike them out. They've no place in your life, at least not today. Strike them out. And then we're down to 3, or then we're down to 2. and to just make a decision and go with the one that feels easiest right now, that feels most maybe compelling, maybe passionate, if you're up there in those areas of the energy. Other than that, which one brings you the most relief? Which one brings you the most ease when you think about it, or the least headache, depending on where you're at on this scale, and then go with it. Just line up with line up, I mean, just decide, this is what I'm going to go with. You might not rule out the other one completely, but for now, no. And when you line up with it, when you make a commitment and you just say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, the universe can start to bring you more things that will help you clarify that commitment. So either you will like 100% just be strengthened in your decision about this commitment. So the day after is like, oh my God, I so made the right commitment here. I so feel like I'm on the right track. I made the right choice. There's just so many evidence, so much proof of it that you made the right choice. Or what will happen is that the day after you will go, crap, I made a completely different, I made a completely wrong choice here. But then you can change it. Then you can step into the choice that you want to make, right? And that's not going to be, it's not going to be too late. It's not going to be, it's just not. So this is make a commitment. If this is make a commitment, like, so I wouldn't necessarily go make the commitment physically just yet. Meaning, if you want to end the relationship, I wouldn't break up with them. If you want to quit a job, I wouldn't quit my job just yet. If you want to go for, I don't know, for some reason I want to say go for a loan. If you want to take a loan for something, I wouldn't physically go apply for the loan just yet. But I would line up with it energetically. I would decide, okay, I'm going to leave this person. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to I'm going to give it a week, and then I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to give it a few days, and then I'm going to apply for the loan. Whatever this is. But make a decision in the energy so that things can line up. And so at the end of the day, you will be so sure what decision to make. You will be so sure. But when you're like, oh, am I going to do this or am I going to do that? That's not helping you at all. It's not even, and it's going to just add on more pressure and more things for you to be not making a commitment about or decision about. So make a commitment, believe and trust. This is your life's purpose. Spend more time outdoors to connect with your inner being, it feels like, and take your time to make this decision. I really hope that you guys know exactly what this is about. I'm going to move this into the extension and see what else I can find there for you. So if you feel like this is your reading, you so resonate with it, you're so welcome to the extension. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back soon. Take care, guys.